Here with Stephen Thomas, good buddy of mine, comedian, originally out of Ohio, now in Los Angeles. Drinking a Blue Moon. I'm doing my Jameson over here. He's working over at the MGM. Yeah. Is it too salty?
Well, you hand me something, I drink it, and usually I don't remember what happens.
That's that's how that works.
It's weird.
You got this dialed in.
Most of my stories with you involve, and then I don't remember after that. There's usually a point that happens.
You're not the first person that has those types of stories with me.
I woke up, there was some sort of law enforcement. I'm not sure. I don't want to know.
Could have been a U.S. Marshal.
I don't know. It could have been any country.
Could have been a park ranger.
Could have been any country.
There
was that time we woke up in Germany.
That was Missouri, but it was close. There was a German restaurant right nearby.
Yeah, that's what
it was. You are you're a Monster Sports fan, huge Cleveland Browns fan.
Which again, in addition to being friends with this guy, proves how stupid I am.
Well, let me ask you this: at what point? Because I grew up in Detroit, and I am sadly a Lions fan. At what point do you get where you're following your crappy team, and you just go, "I'm done"?
Every Sunday about 3:30 Eastern. Pretty much every Sunday about 3:30 Eastern for 50 years.
But you're a monster Browns fan, a huge Browns fan.
Season tickets.
And I've just kind of I didn't get season tickets
since 1991.
See, I've just divorced the Lions. It just got to the point where I literally gave them probably at one time I gave them 3 years. I go, just be competitive. Don't look stupid. And the 3 years expired, and it was just like being in a crappy relationship. You're like, I think it could get better,
Enough.
Maybe they won't punch me, and they just kept punching me, and I go, I'm done. I don't care.
Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same way your marriage ended? You said, I'm giving you 3 years.
Pretty much.
Be stupid.
Don't be stupid. And she kept punching me.
It turned out that wasn't even your wife.
And I cried, and I left.
And she found out about it.
I don't know why I asked you to be on this thing. So at what point, how much longer do you have in you, in your DNA, in your blood, to hang with the Browns?
Well, here's the way I look at it. If I haven't fucking just swallowed a 12 gauge by now because of those assholes, when is it? I mean, what is too much at this point? What won't I take at this point?
Were you as excited? Were you as on board with this team this year before the season started as everybody else was?
I was not buying the Super Bowl hype, but the hype they were getting was legitimate. I mean, there is no reason that they should be 6-8 right now, none whatsoever. But I thought they would be better than I figured. 9-10 wins, playoff run, playing better, not playing playing like you and me out there.
Yeah,
and not you and me when we were in our 20s.
And
me now,
like you and me now,
about 3 a.m.
No, like right now.
Yeah,
like 2 drinks in,
a couple hours from now.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Neither one of us are wearing pants.
Well, it's right. You're not. It's just hair.
It's cold.
It is chilly. It's super brisk. You're an actor also.
Well,
you've done some commercials. You had a Burger King commercial.
I did.
Which I was able to freeze it at just the right moment during the commercial, and your mouth was kind of half open, and I'm like, this is the greatest shot ever. Which is awesome, though. Congratulations. I mean, in all seriousness, we bust balls constantly, but you landed this Burger King commercial. You're constantly taking classes. I always see that. You're going on auditions all the time.
Never booking shit.
Is there one thing that you thought that you went on an audition and you're like, I've got this. This is good. This is perfect for me. Is there? And then you're like, what? And then they picked a black woman. But that's not that far fetched. I mean,
until the last sentence, I was going to say lots of times.
Yeah,
but I haven't lost a lot of auditions to black women.
Obviously. Come on.
Yeah, but no, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, there's been a bunch of times where
you were up for Harriet Tubman. I remember that.
Well, I don't like to talk about it. It's all politics.
I understand.
Harvey Weinstein was involved.
I get it.
And it was, again, I woke up. I was in Germany. I don't understand. It's Hollywood. No, there have been a few things. There was I got a couple callbacks for Parks and Rec back in the day. And I nailed it. Like one of those things. I walked out of the room and I was like, "Fuck! I did everything I could do there," and they just went another way.
Right.
And that was the kind of thing that if you get it, it's a guest starring. That can be the first step towards regular, series regular type stuff. The 2 times I auditioned with Ron Jeremy, both went really well.
Wow.
A lot of trouble sitting after. But it was a gig, you know. I was going to get my SAG card out of it, for God's sake.
Money's money.
Yeah, $10 is $10. Shit.
Would you?
You've done worse shit in South Dakota. We have lots of stories like that.
Yes, we do. We have plenty of really, really bad stories.
It's very weird to be sitting here with you drinking and not being in Iowa.
And I know.
We had done.
Weird. It was Groundhog Day for us for the longest time. We would be doing these runs, and I would fly up from Florida and I'd fly into Chicago, and then we'd meet up.
Yep.
And this was back when you were just eating insanely unhealthy.
Oh, God.
And you had like Burger King and McDonald's bags like packed in the back of your car. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was great. But I walk in there, and it just smelled like I was crawling in the grease trap at the fast food joint. And you were so funny. I go, what are you doing? You're like, shut up. That was it. I mean, you literally had that old man shut up at, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
We have almost every story that we could tell and probably won't. The next morning involved us eating cold pizza in my car in fucking Iowa. We had so many Iowa stories.
And it was cold.
Yeah.
Very, very cold.
It was always cold.
Would you, back to your acting stuff, would you sleep with, or I mean, you can't now because he's in jail.
Oh, wait, you need to finish this.
I mean, would you have hooked up with Harvey Weinstein to get a role?
Well, what's the gig?
All right.
Co-star? No.
Really? You would have needed to been
top of show guest star? No. Recurring? How many episodes?
Wow.
Yeah.
You figured this out.
Series regular? Fuck yeah.
You got a flow chart at home?
I got lube in my pocket.
What you would do
for series regular? For series regular, I got lube in my pocket.
The man, you're a Browns fan. Of course you got lube in your pocket. That's it. You should just leave it there the whole time.
Most of our stories involve lube in the pocket somehow.
I mean, if you can share one of the road stories that we can share with people that's not going to make them just hate us.
None of them? Well, I mean, you have a snapshot. You have a Polaroid somewhere. If you've ever driven around the center of the country, there's a place in Mitchell, South Dakota called the Corn Palace, and they have billboards for it, like for hundreds of miles.
And it's made with corn on the outside.
Yeah,
and they have to keep redoing it because the birds eat the corn.
Right. It's a high school gym, is what it is.
Right.
But the entire outside of the building is
made
covered
with
in corn, and they every year they shape it into different. Murals, and it's very cool, actually, is what it is. But we had been doing, like we said, gigs in Iowa and the Dakotas and Minnesota for years and years, and we'd never gone there. So finally we were like, fuck it, we're going. This time we are going. And we walk in, and it's a high school gymnasium. So after like 5 minutes, we were like, this whatever. But I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna pinch one out. About 2 minutes in, I'm sitting there doing my business, and up over the stall, this fucker's head comes. Hey, asshole! So there's a picture of me, and you can see, my pants are around my knees. You see my leg, and of me taking a shit in the Corn Palace. So hello, South Dakota. I've taken a dump in your state.
Like there's so many awkward moments of you with your pants at your ankles at rest areas.
You're always around for that. It's always
I gravitate towards that, and I don't know why. You're awesome. You work on cruise ships an awful lot. See him on cruise ships. Your website. Where can people find you?
Actually, just find me on Facebook. I put everything on Facebook now. Okay. Stephen Thomas Comic or Steve Comedy 15 on Instagram. Just Google comedian Stephen Thomas, and I'm there.
You'll find him. See him on a ship. Grab some lube. Watch the Browns game with him. He's awesome. Great to see you, buddy. Been
Thanks
too
for
long,
having me,
man. Good to see you.
Let's go cause another story.